The other week on the Outdoor Gear Review, I had an episode that was dealing with Sierra Designs and their exclusive line of products for Target. Well, here is one of those products. This is the Sierra Designs Crescent 2-person tent. And I have to admit, I'm excited to see this product for myself. They say that it's weather ready, it's waterproof. It sets up in 5 minutes, sleeps 2 people. It weighs 6 pounds, but in small parentheses, it says 6.5 pounds. One aspect that makes this tent so interesting to me is the fact that Sierra Designs offers it only through Target's website. You cannot purchase this at Walmart, you cannot purchase this at Amazon, and you can't purchase it through their own website. It's Target, and that's it. The next point that I find fascinating is that this is a very inexpensive tent. The price is in fact so low that I consider it to be cheap. And it's that fact that I find to be very interesting about this tent. Sierra Designs, the products that they make generally are top of the line backpacking equipment. They make tents, sleeping bags, backpacks, and so on. The fact that they're offering these products through Target's website, I find to be very interesting. And I talked about this in the news episode. But the fact that a company who makes high-end gear is now producing products for Target, that's strange in my opinion. And that is why I got this tent in to test out. If the quality is good, if it's waterproof, this could be an awesome option for those on a budget, for those who want to tiptoe into the outdoors and don't want to spend a ton of money. So let's take a look at this tent. You have some assembly instructions printed on the inside. So you get the storage bag. Here's the tent. Wow. These tent stakes are incredibly heavy. These are made from steel, and they are surprisingly heavy, considering how thin they are. We have some fiberglass poles, and these are fairly substantial fiberglass poles. Well, this one is, not so much this one. As you can see here, this fiberglass pole is very thin, but these here are surprisingly thick. Looks like we have a gear caddy. This is the fly, and this is the body. As I set up the tent, I will go over some stats. The price of this tent is $60. The claimed weight is 6.4 pounds, and I will flash the weight of the tent on my scale now. The tent features a dome design. You have a polyethylene floor, a 185T taffeta polyester fly, the bug mesh is polyester, the poles are made out of fiberglass, and Sierra Designs claims that this is wind resistant, waterproof, water resistant, UV resistant, and flame retardant. Why the company claims both waterproof and water resistant is a little bit strange to me. They state that this is a 3-season tent and it has 1 door. I just got the tent set up. Let's go over my thoughts about this so far. Now, the quality seems to be quite good. And in fact, I was looking at the seam taping and it looks excellent. The quality of the materials seem good for what they are. This is made from polyester basically, and polyester really is a weaker material than nylon. Nylon in general is much stronger than polyester. So if you want your polyester material to be strong, you basically have to have more of it. And that explains the weight of this tent. If the quality is good for this tent, and I will begin testing it out very soon, this could be an excellent option, as I mentioned before, for those who want to tiptoe into the outdoors, for those individuals who don't have a lot of money to spend, for those people who want to go car camping. And that is very important to keep in mind. 6.5 pounds, this is a heavy tent, there's no doubt about it. And when the tent is all rolled up in the storage bag, it's rather large. In fact, the pack dimensions are 24 inches by 5.5 inches. The floor material is very much like a cheap, inexpensive tarp, a blue tarp that you can buy at Tractor Supply or any other store. It does appear to have been treated so that it's more waterproof than your average blue or gray tarp. The setup process for this tent is rather easy, but the design of this tent is rather strange, as you can see here. Look at the backside and look how high that is, and then it tapers towards the front. I've never seen a design like this before. You do have the ability to pull this tighter towards the ground on both sides. The tent features 1 guy line, and that's in the back. You do not have guy lines anywhere else on this tent. As I mentioned earlier, the quality seems to be pretty good for this tent, but it should be mentioned that there are loose threads all over the place. There are loose threads everywhere with this tent. You have the center zip here for the fly. And speaking of the zippers, they are okay. They're nothing to write home about. They're not the best of quality and also not the worst. They are rather smooth, and that's a good thing. The door is rather large, and that means easy in and easy out. You have a bathtub floor, which is good. and it is also tapered. With the caddy, you can very easily attach this. You have 2 pockets on the inside, and folks, that's pretty much it. One thing that I'm noticing here is that the back wall is tapered quite a bit. So, yeah, there's enough room here for 2 people, but you are going to be close. When it comes to the Crescent 2 tent, the key here is how weatherproof is it? Is it waterproof? That's my biggest question. And also, how is the ventilation? I suspect that it will be quite good with this tent because of the design. Yes, it is an interesting design, but it could be beneficial as far as airflow goes. The company claims that this is lightweight and it's great for backpacking, and I would say not for backpacking. I mean, take a look at that. That is huge. Good luck fitting that inside of your backpack. In my opinion, this tent was never designed for backpacking, car camping only. And to reinforce that point, check this out. This tent features an E-port. So what this is a sleeve that goes all the way to the inside of the tent. And that is so that you could run an electrical cord inside of the tent. So you could have a fan, electric blanket, whatever you want to. There are a few points that I want to talk about before ending this video. First off, this tent features a 10-year limited warranty. 10 years. That's incredible. I can't think of a single inexpensive tent that features such a warranty. That's pretty impressive. That really is, especially for 60 bucks. The next point that I want to talk about is the waterproofing, water-resistant aspect of this tent. The term water-resistant means not waterproof. It could shed some light rain or a mist, but that's it. So I'm not sure why they use both of those terms. That is a little bit concerning. Sierra Designs claims that the hydrostatic rating for this tent is 600. And folks, I've never seen a rating that low before. In fact, I didn't know that it went that low. So when I saw this in conjunction with their claim that this is a waterproof tent and also water resistant, I had to do a little bit of research. And the only other tents that I could find that had a similar hydrostatic head rating are a few tents from Ozark. And we know already just how waterproof those tents are. Just in case you don't know, the company will oftentimes advertise their products for backpacking when in fact you shouldn't take them any further than your backyard. As I've mentioned before in previous videos, a hydrostatic head rating really doesn't mean a whole lot. And it may not mean anything in regards to this tent. Now, a 600 millimeter head rating translates to a tent that is not waterproof. It can handle a light shower and that's it. But Sierra Designs does claim this to be waterproof, and I will be putting that claim to the test. For the first look at the Sierra Designs Crescent 2-person tent that can only be found at Target, that's it. Overall, folks, I have to say that I am impressed. There's nothing here that really screams out as being a problem. From this point, I will begin putting this tent through its paces. Keep an eye out for a test night episode, which will be a lot of fun. I will get this tent out, we'll put it through some rain, through some storms, and we will see together what happens. I created the Outdoor Gear Review so I could pass on real-world information to you all, not to sell you products. I get these products out, I test them out, I buy them with my own money so I can provide you all with honest information so you can go out and make an educated purchase decision. I don't sell you anything, I don't get any commissions, I don't want any commissions. I can't stand salesmen and I don't want to be one. And here at the channel, you never have to worry about that. Where other channels are trying to pimp products to you all, I refuse to do so. Did you know that here on YouTube, most channels are accepting commissions on every single item sold? That basically means that those individuals are working for those companies of the products that they're reviewing. I'm not going to do that. I never will. I can't stand it. It is almost impossible to find honest information here on YouTube, and the change begins with this channel. Because as it stands right now, you cannot tell who is being honest and who is lying to your face. Already, the Outdoor Gear Review is creating waves in the industry, and it's because of you all and the feedback. Comment down below, share your thoughts about the Sierra Designs Crescent 2-person tent. What do you all think about this tent for the money? 60 bucks. Overall, the quality looks very good. The seam tape looks excellent on this tent. The design, it's a little bit weird, but it's not terrible. Ultimately though, folks, this is just a first look. This is not a review. Test night will be coming up soon, and then ultimately, the review. Everyone, take care, strength and honor. See you all around.